Alright, so I got a little bit of sweeping to do. I got a lot of sweeping to do, actually. All that putty dust and stuff. Two things I want to do right now. I want to get everything primered. So that means I got to sand everything. So this episode, we're going to get everything primered. I also want to change the oil. Never changed the oil in this. I want to do it now. Might as well. Before I send it out to Jerry's to get painted. Because I might forget about it. If I do it now, it's done. I don't have to worry about it. And I have everything here to do it. So we're going to change the oil. We'll check the transmission fluid later. I didn't lose that much whenever I changed the cooler out and everything. So, yeah, you're going to have to deal with me wiping my eyes. Allergies. My eyes keep watering. So, oh, it was allergies. That was allergies. But otherwise, this thing is pretty much to the point I got to put the wheel back on it. I'm also waiting for mixing tubes because this fender over here, whenever I was hammering on it, I could feel that the inner fender was loose from the outer fender. So I'm going to do what I did over on the other side and use 3M panel bond and go around the whole inside of that lip so it's all sealed. So I can do that anytime, but I do want to get that done. So, but I need to strip the door off. I need to see if I can leave the handles on when I do that. But let's get this thing pulled out and get it ready. So see if I can change the fluids on this thing now. I got to sweep up and stuff, but yeah, let's get this thing moved out. Also, the new grill came for this Avalanche, and it's okay. We're gonna roll with it, but there's one main thing I don't like. This is the original grill. It's busted off over there. When you order these, they all come as one piece because they're molded. This chrome piece, all the tabs are bent over on this chrome piece and they're melted in, and that's how the new one is too. So to remove this is a pain. You break them off. So the original one, see where the Chevy emblem went? It's indented. The new one that I got off of eBay is not indented, so the Chevy emblem sticks out, and I'm not really too fond of that. But we're gonna roll with it. And that also means, since it's molded, like it's melted in there, I could remelt them and remove that to paint it. But that's just a pain in the butt. I'm just going to try to sand back as far as I can in there, tape up the chrome and everything, and yeah, so it is what it is. It's looking pretty snazzy, huh? Still need to go to the junkyard to get a fender, but the Z's is ahead of that, so we'll get to it here eventually. Alright, so I know it's been a while since we went over some stuff on this. I replaced the radiator, the condenser, the power steering cooler, the core support. There's a metal bar, this metal bar right here. It's a bolt-in piece right here. I replaced that. Only thing that was really bent was not this one, but the one on the other side was bent. And I hammered it out. And as you can see, it's not that bad. In fact, I don't even notice a difference looking at it now. Sway bar bushings, did we do those? No, we didn't. We didn't need to. This edge of the oil pan was bent. It was just curled in. The oil pan, it's got a couple little nicks in it right there, but it's really not that bad. I just now noticed there's a skid plate missing here. I might end up getting that. I kind of got everything else. I might as well. As for that, everything else underneath was really good. The only thing was there's some scratches here underneath. Could have been from the forklift, but oh yeah, I put new sway bar links on. That's what I did because they were broke off. So we did do that. No other damage underneath. Everything is pretty kosher underneath here. Nothing's really bent. So that was the really good thing underneath here, other than some dirt. You know, this thing went off-road. That's why there's dirt up in here. But nothing else got ripped off. I put an exhaust on it. As you can see, all I did was mufflers. That's all I did. Just got rid of all of this full space back here. But wheels and tires, a couple other things. The whole interior I redid. So we've pretty much touched all bases on this thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and change this oil, and so that's one last thing on the list. Prime and paint. I can't believe that's all. And then assembly, a lot of assembly. But I just can't believe we're to this point. I mean, it feels like it was just 4 months ago, because it was. It was 4 months ago. Alright, so now with it all serviced up, I'm starting to tape it off, because what I'm priming is just going to be the outside panels. Like, I don't have to worry about the inside of here, or, you know, inside this window, or up in here. We're going to hit that with paint, just the way it is. But the outer panels is where we're going to prime, so we can get it all smoothed out and everything. Took this trim piece off so I can clean and sand inside that groove. That way we don't have a paint line, and then I can put that back on. And the door handles, you take the 2 bolts out of the back, and you can pull it out. I zip tied it right there, thus the zip tie hanging here. And the door is still functional. I can still open the door. We can tape all that off, and then we can paint it just like it sits. I can still shut the door now, and then I can still open it up. Not a big problem. So this is how we're going to paint it, but like I said, I just went around and I scraped off the VIN number that was on this quarter panel, and both the doors I scraped those VIN number plates off as well. As you can see, little pieces laying on the ground there. So we don't have any mismatching, you know, VIN plates on this thing. So it doesn't look as much of a botch as it really is. Alright folks, so here's where I'm at. Semi-mask off. A lot sanded. I'm right now self-etching primer on the fenders, because obviously it burnt through. As you can see, self-etching primer around all the edges where I burnt through. This side is all sanded. Instead of this being like an hour episode of me sanding, that's why we are doing it the way we are doing it right now. But I need to do a lot of masking. Over here, I'm going to paint these, well, prime these on this box, and then the bumper is going to be on the stand. Got a lot of masking to do on that. It's going to be kind of tedious. Need a little bit of Bondo right here with the paint cracked. This bumper's one piece, and as you can see, there's flat black on some of it. So all of that, the edges have to be masked off. Good thing is, this thing is black. They didn't do their masking lines that great. Instead of them being up in the crease, you can see they're a little bit off. But if we're on that line, it doesn't matter. Shiny black, flat black, it's going to look decent with white around the edges. So anyways, I'm going to continue sanding on that. I will do a time lapse of me working on the bumper whenever I get to that. This is the latest I've stayed up in a while. It's almost midnight, but everything's sanded, everything's clean. I still have to mask the car off, and I still have to build my booth. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. But the bumper is all sanded up. Good to go. These were all sanded, all cleaned as well. Wax and grease remover. Same with these. Same with the car. Both sides. But I still have to mask that whole thing off before I go spraying. This side's good too. See, if you put the handles out like that, you can spray right around them, no issue. So, yeah, this is where we're at. I need to go recharge. I'll get back to you guys tomorrow. Alright, I'm energized, kind of. I got like 6.5 hours of sleep, which is better than no sleep. So, whatever, I'll take it. Here is my more kind of permanent fixture for painting. Put a bunch of hooks up so I could just hook these tarps up when I need to. Thought the rings would be the same distance apart, but for some reason they're not, these tarps, so I had to hang a couple extra hooks. But here are the blowers right there. I cut small holes, taped around them, and then taped them. You can tape them right to those heater units because they stick out. Fresh air coming in right there, inlet. And then on this side is going to be the paint side. Ha! So, rehung my lights different so that I could put that right up against the top. Over here we had some extra slack. I probably should have like moved it over another hook, but then it would have been, I don't know if it would have fit right or not. I'd had to recheck that. I still have to mask the rest of this off. I like started, but didn't finish. And here's all that sticks through right here. And these have heaters on them. They're blowing warm air in here, so it keeps the temperatures kind of regulated in here. Pretty nice. Now, they don't put off a serious amount of air, but they work pretty good for what they are. They're 300 CFM a piece, so 600 CFM. If need be, I need to get more air, I might get another one of those. But I didn't put my filters in the door yet. I have to do that. Let me get everything set up, mask the rest of this car off so I don't get any overspray on anything. I also need to wipe everything down another time and, you know, make sure everything's good. As you can see, my glazing putty filled in all the little stone chips across there. And this is just as smooth as can be. And then this primer is also going to help the chips in the paint. Fill those in. It's looking pretty good. Alright, use my grease and wax remover. Wiped everything down a second time. Went over everything. Barely got anything on the rags. So, car is all masked off now. And we're ready to go. So, here's what we're using. 2K primer surfacer right here. I gotta mix that up. It's been sitting for a little while. And then 2K undercoat hardener. And that's what we're gonna mix in with it. They normally say right on the can. So 4 parts of this, 1 part of this. I need to go get brand new containers to mix them. And we're gonna go to town.
I wanna thank you for the way you taught me safety, the way you showed me all the ropes and how to make it on my own, and how to tame my dreams. Every word you said became the fuel inside my head. I'll never ask for permission, I'll settle for realistic. Now I got my own vision, and I'm living the rest. Boy, you gotta come down from the clouds, keep your feet on the ground, stand in line and wait your turn. Oh, one day you're gonna learn. Don't fly too close to the sun, you got it good, so don't you run. All you did was push me to be who I am. Thank you for saying I can't. Thank you for saying I can't. You love to point out every time I've struck an out, but I keep showing up, and now there is no doubt that I belong here. heard your advice. Always have a backup, don't get lost in the lights. But I'd rather go crashing than never take the leap. So thank you for doubting, you put the fire in me. Boy, you gotta come down from the clouds, keep your feet on the ground, stand in line and wait your turn. Oh, one day you're gonna learn. Don't fly too close to the sun, you got it good, so don't you run. All you did was push me to be who I am. Thank you for saying I can. Yeah. Thank you for saying I can. Yeah. Yeah.
Guys, this thing is starting to look like a Z. It's starting to look like it's gonna be a driver. Oh man. All I got to do is block sand all this and then take it to Jerry. I'm gonna remask this before I block sand it. That way I don't scuff that black part. Turned out pretty dang good. I used that yellow fine tape for around the edges, and that left a really nice line on everything. Yeah, the bodywork looks phenomenal. I mean, everything looks really dang good. I'm gonna leave these handles out like this because Jerry has to paint the car, and you can still open the door with it like that, so that's the way it's gonna be. Yes, yes. So next weekend, well, actually, I might block sand a lot of this during the week because I'm kind of hyped to get this thing done. So I'm gonna block sand a lot of this. I almost felt like I should have redid the hood. The hood was resprayed, and I thought it was body work. The more I look at it, I think it was runs, and they sanded them out, but they didn't sand them out completely, and I can still see them a little bit, but it's very minor. So. And this thing's not perfect, but it's gonna be really nice. So, the primer's really nice. It laid down really, really good. It's a little rough to the touch, but that's what the block sanding's gonna do. It's gonna make that smooth, real smooth. Oh, I wanted to check. Look at where's all the pitting? It's all gone. All the little stone chips and stuff. Oh, it's so nice. So if you like this video, smash that like button. Consider subscribing. If you're as excited for me, that I can see the finish line now. So I'm excited because I know it's going to be done here soon. Go ahead and hit that dislike button if you had no faith in me and you thought this was never going to happen. And we'll see you on the next episode on Wrecked. Stewie's new favorite. I get these salted caramel puff bites here, and I think somebody likes them. Stew man. Hey. You can't have a whole one. Yeah, shake it. You can get that puff. Little Miss Stella over here, she's not a puff eater. Are you? You don't like them puffs.
Say bye-bye to all your fans. You say bye-bye.
Turn the camera. This is abuse. This is abuse. Abuse. Yeah. She's trying to hit my bad knee.
Nah.
This is abuse.
Just
Yeah.
trying to play.
Yeah. Ah, save me.